Hi, my name is Rob Meyer-Kukan from 7 Notes Natural Health, and in this series we're going to talk about what is sound therapy. Hi, and welcome back to this series of videos on what is sound therapy. Today we're going to continue to talk about how sound therapy works. We talked already about how sound, vibration, and water interacts with one another. Today we're going to talk about brain waves. So your brain is made up of billions of neurons, and each individual neuron connects to thousands of other neurons. Communication happens between small electrical currents that travel along the neurons and throughout this huge network of circuits in our brain. When all of these neurons are activated, they produce electrical pulses. So again, as I mentioned in one of our previous videos, it's kind of like being at a sporting event where we do the wave. When this type of electrical activity, when these impulses happen, this is when we have what we call brain waves. Now, when you're really activated, when you're thinking and you're doing all sorts of things and you're really active, your brain is operating at a wavelength that we call gamma. When you're sitting around doing sort of everyday activities, you're awake, you're doing things, we call this beta. When you're sort of relaxed, we call this alpha. And when you're getting into dreamlike sleep or daydreaming, we call this theta. And when you get into deep sleep, where you're having that rapid eye movement, that REM sleep that's so beneficial, we call this delta. And even there are some reports that say that there's another lower level of brainwave activity. And it is the job of a sound therapist to introduce vibration to the body. And there is a phenomenon that happens, maybe you would call it a technique, or perhaps just a method called entrainment. When your brain hears multiple different sounds, or two sounds that are very similarly closely pitched to one another, the brain processes that there are different impulses, that there's different messages coming in, and it equalizes it. And that's what we call entrainment. And so you may have experienced this if you've been to a sound bath or you've been in a sound therapy session. You've heard the sounds and you kind of hear that sort of wah, 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 wah effect that's created. And for a while there, it sort of sounds like if you were imagining that wah, wah, wah sound kind of as a wavelength, like it was a wide wavelength, that it was very big, it was very sort of even unstable. And when that sort of levels out, that's your brain sorting it out. That's what we call entrainment. And when that happens, your brain goes from whatever wave activity you're currently operating at, whether it's gamma or beta, and it immediately starts to lower into those other areas of alpha and theta, the more relaxed states of that. And so this is what happens. So that's why I say over and over again when I'm talking about sound therapy, that when you're in a sound therapy session, the job of the practitioner is to hold space, to help you to relax, to help you to rest, and to help you get into a state where you can allow the body to do what it is meant to do, and that is to heal. We know that when the body is in a more relaxed state, it will do that naturally. So whether you're thinking about the approach that we hear in, say, craniosacral therapy or chiropractic with B.J. Palmer's innate intelligence, that the body knows what it needs to do and can heal itself, the environment that we are creating in that sound therapy session through allowing the vibrations to help the brain waves to sort of sort things out and get to a more relaxed state is the beauty of what we do. If you'd like to know more, I encourage you to either go back and check out the previous videos or continue to watch the videos that we have in the remainder of this series. If you'd like to know more, I encourage you to check out an event, a group sound meditation, a sound bath, or make an appointment. I'd love to have you on my table and to share a sound therapy session with you. Of course, during this time and beyond, once the pandemic is over, we are following all of the COVID protocols and procedures and precautions to make sure that everyone has the safest possible experience. So I invite you to check it out and have a wonderful day.